So, coming up for the next little clip here, we are doing a fun creators spotlight here to touch on some of the new creators to the community over the past year, highlight some of the people behind some of the brands you may know and love, and kind of just point out some of the people who we see doing some crazy cool stuff out there. So, let us welcome Justin Valdez, Gavin Lowe, and Mateo Pittenger here.
Hey,
Hey!
how you guys
Everybody?
doing?
Dude, I am excited for this one because I have to say, you guys do some amazing stuff out there. Justin, you've just started releasing some custom magic mats that are really performance built, gorgeously done, really cool.
Yeah.
Gavin, you've been experimenting across the board. I feel like you kind of first came to the scene a little bit with card clips, and now I'm seeing you post a ton of rings and everything, which are looking absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Mateo is a man of mystery here because Mateo is not only an amazing, he's a boy of mystery. I have to say, you know, Steve and I, we always talk about this. Mateo is going to be the next big name in Magic. Not only is this dude an amazing, amazing gimmick maker, he's always showing off really cool. Get that kid out of here. Spade,
Get that kid out
you know
of
what? This is Mateo's spotlight. Sorry, buddy. But Mateo also
Spade.
Mateo also, though, makes amazing puppets. And so I got to say, for anyone who saw Spade's video where he was beating himself up with a puppet, that puppet was actually designed and made by Mateo. And I'm going to tell you, those things are Muppet quality puppets, which is amazing. So,
thank you.
We are so pumped to have you guys on today. How you all doing?
Fantastic.
Yeah, awesome. Happy to be here.
Good.
Awesome.
And so, you know, we'll kind of run through all three of you to talk a little bit about, you know, what got you creative in the community, how you kind of fell into it, and where you kind of envision things going to some extent. And then, you know, we can kind of get some questions from the audience here to see what everyone's thinking. So we can start with Mateo. Why don't we talk about how you got into this whole crazy world of Magic, man?
Well, I think when I was 4, I got this like cheap Magic kit at like a garage sale, and like it was in some cardboard boxes jammed together. And then there was like some other stuff, but I realized like I had to take like the die and make it into stuff. So then I realized like you could build off of other tricks. And then like a year or 2 ago, I could realize like you could make your own trick completely. So like then like there's even more creativity like allowed. So yeah,
that's really cool.
It's so crazy seeing someone so young create their own gimmicks.
And so have you really gone through a lot of like what kind of like resources have you used to kind of figure out how to build a lot of this stuff? Is it just trial and error? You watching a lot of like YouTube videos? Or are you talking to people in the community to be like, hey, this is the idea I have. How would you go about doing that?
Well, it's like it's a mix because I'll like make something and then I'll show people and see like what ideas they have and kind of like bounce off of other ideas. But also I feel like just trial and error and seeing if like you can fold the card however many times, or like if like this cut will make the card bend in a weird way or something like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And so on top of that, like I mentioned, you make just absolutely awesome puppets. How'd you get into making puppets, man?
Well, like COVID first hit, and then I went in like our closet and we had like strips of fabric and some cardboard. So then like hot gluing everything together, just making it work.
Ridiculous. Oh, during COVID, I went to the closet and I found fabric and cardboard. I was like, I'm gonna make a puppet.
Dude, Steve's like, I found fabric and cardboard. I threw it out. Like
exactly.
Dude, like, I love that.
Fabric and cardboard and threw it out.
And so like, what like inspired the puppet idea though? And like, how hard was that to do? That's got to be crazy.
Well, I feel like it's like I don't know. It's nice because it's like a nice like if I need to do something, it's like something to do, but it's also like you get like a cool product out of it, like these bright colored things you can also name like Kermit. There you go. Like yeah.
You a puppet of me? Please.
Oh my god.
Frog.
And so is that one of your puppets in the background I see there too? Because I feel like I see like a head of some sort.
Yeah,
a monster of some sort.
Like this pink one over here. That was like the first fabric and foam one I built. So and then the green in his like stomach is like felt from that I just found. And then like hot gluing it together. Like I didn't really even know how to stitch. So everything's hot glued. So the closer it gets, the you'll see no stitches. But like
that's awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's fun. So.
Can you show us one of your puppets, like your most recent puppets that you're proud of? Or
yeah. So there's like, hold on. So this one's nice because it's like a nice like red color and it's very like vibrant. But it's also like a shiny fur. But this one's nice because he has like no foam in the neck, but there's foam in the head and the body. But yeah, so I made this guy. This is one of my favorites.
So
And then
crazy.
like the ones I made some for Ben and Jonah, and then Xavier's. But
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Nice.
Now, are you a ventriloquist too, or no?
No, I just make them and see what people do with them. Like some people like get slapped in the face by them. Or...
Let me guess. Spade does that.
Dude, that is so cool. And honestly, like,
It is awesome.
it's such an interesting use of like materials that you found around the house as well. And so, have you started going out now and buying a lot of stuff to make these that you kind of have in your mind ahead of time?
Yeah, because once I realized you could like buy fake fur, which I never thought you could do, then like everything changed because now I can have like dogs or I can have like human hair, so I can make like human puppets. But yeah, I don't know.
That's
So
awesome, but
cool.
like creepy too. Like,
When I made X's, it was like sitting in the corner. It's like I gotta get this out of here. It's getting weirder and weirder.
That's
oh my God,
creepy.
love it. Dude, that is so
It's
cool.
kind of like Chucky. Not that you've seen Chucky, but it's kind of like Chucky.
Ugh. Let's hope not. Let's hope they don't come to life. We don't need a Spade puppet coming to life. So,
Oh, that's the damn sure.
oh my God, we love Spade just the way he is, but we love the one Spade out there. So,
Yeah.
oh my
that's right.
gosh. And so for puppets for you, is it really just like kind of something, like you said, something fun to do when you're bored or keeping busy? Is it something that you eventually want to keep doing and growing into maybe a business one day, or is it just enjoyable?
I mean, I feel like just as a hobby, it's nice because they take like if I need to rush and make a whole bunch, then it kind of just becomes like the same thing. So I kind of
Yeah.
like just doing it, and if I want to do something, I have like the materials to do it.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And have you
You-
thought about trying to bring that into magic at all? Like the idea of puppets doing magic?
I mean, well, like I made these like gloves, so maybe you can try doing sleights. I haven't tried it, but the puppets I have made for people, I did give them gloves and stuff just to see if they want to try and do like flourishes with mittens on. They can go for it, but I
Nice.
don't know how that's gonna end up working.
Nice. Now, do you enjoy doing you enjoy creating the puppets more or gimmicks?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm not like I'll get bored of gimmicks because I'll just keep wasting cards, and then eventually I'll just go back to making a puppet just because it's simpler and I know it'll end up working. But like I
Right.
feel like gimmicks are nice because it's like a challenge and it's more
Yeah.
fun. But,
Very
yeah.
cool. And so when can we expect to see a Mateo Pittenger original gimmick coming out?
I don't know. Hopefully soon. I've been working on a few fun things, but yeah,
Dope,
Oh,
man.
And how old are you?
13.
Dude, he's killing it at 13. Like at 13, I
Crazy.
was watching TV and playing video games. So, dude, absolutely killing
crazy.
it.
Thank you.
I love this year. We're gonna just call Spade out again. Who got a fresh haircut for the stream? Mateo. You know he did, man. He's 13. He's killing it. He's got to have a fresh cut there.
Yeah, obviously, you can tell he lives close to Tyler because they both have to shower and get haircuts right before the stream.
I did not get a haircut right before this stream because my barber was booked up. They got booked very quickly for Christmas, so I was distraught. But
Nice.
dude, you can't go wrong. You got to look fresh on these streams, right, Steve? Come on.
Yeah, dude.
I got a
hear you,
haircut.
man.
See, you always want to you want to look your best when you're in front of people you don't know, especially. So that's what it's
I'm
all
not
about.
getting a haircut though.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's true. Okay.
Nobody's that important.
Jackson, you also woke up 4 hours before you needed to be on this thing. So I don't know how you're holding up right now.
Yeah,
I'm
good
holding up
luck.
good. I'm holding up good.
Good, good. So Mateo,
All that
what do you
steak.
see? What do you see it being a big thing you want to get into for 2022? Like you said, gimmicks and puppets, they're fun, they're enjoyable. Is there something else creative wise that you really want to start trying in the next year?
I mean, I've been messing around with like electronics or like stuff. So like I don't know, they're more fun because there's like a whole new like world. A whole but like you can I don't know. There's more like you can make a card spin or like I made like a Sprite cranberry spin on my finger with like a motor that went down behind my hand and
That's really cool.
but yeah.
Dude, are you gonna are we gonna see you on Robot Wars next or what?
Like
That or Penn and Teller Fool Us, one of the two. So.
You can design it, Gavin can make it,
You got it.
and then Justin can create some cool like covering for it.
Damn straight.
There you go.
it
Collaboration.
like throws
I'm
throws
down.
the cards.
Yeah,
Dude, that would
it'd
be sick. Oh my god.
That's right.
You,
Dude,
you
I
go
gotta
in the,
say-
you go in the Robot Wars arena, and right when they go to attack you, you disappear.
There you go. It's a robot that goes flat. It'd be amazing.
Can't win.
I love it.
You just can't lose either.
Exactly. Stalemate.
Perfect.
That's okay. Oh my god. Dude, now this is, I gotta say, it's really interesting to see too, because you always put up videos where you're playing with like some of the moving card parts and things like that. And again, like Steve said, for being 13 years old, a lot of kids are out there and they're picking up like the newest gimmick from Penguin Magic or whatever, but you're seeing a lot of this cool stuff and getting these amazing ideas and being like, hey, let me make this myself. What's the kind of reaction when you show people some of these gimmicks and then they ask, oh, where you got that? And you tell them you made it.
Well, I feel like most of the time that is the question because people want to like the stretchy card thing. People like, I don't know, people I guess like it because it's like a visual thing, but it's also kind of cool to see reactions of what you spend so long on. Like you get to see something out of it from other people. So I feel like that's also interesting. But
Right.
yeah.
It's
How old
crazy.
are you?
Now, who inspires you to create like you do? You know, do you have specific magicians that you look towards to get inspiration from, or
Well, I guess Mario the Maker, definitely one of them because
Nice.
like running around the energy. Sometimes Xavier depends. It has to be
sometimes
if he's nice to me that
Sometimes.
month, then it
if he's awake or sleeping?
yes, yeah, there you go. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on like when I'm working on electronics, I'll see Mario's story of like the robot doing the cups and balls, and then it's just like it's not fair.
It's amazing. The stuff he does is amazing for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But
Dude.
Gap.
It's impressive though. You're gonna keep figuring out how to get to that level, man. Before you know it, we're gonna be sitting here saying the same thing about you. You're doing amazing stuff on it. You're already doing amazing stuff.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it. Again, for someone who's seeing all of this amazing stuff in front of you and then being like, hey, I could do that. Let me give it a try. Like most people are too afraid to jump into it even in the first place. So the fact that you're already there trying it, dude, that just means you have a limitless runway in front of you.
yeah, thank you.
Dude, no, our pleasure.
It's fun seeing it all from you. We look forward to seeing what else comes from the great mind of Mateo.
Very true.
Yeah,
So
let's talk to Gavin. Let's pick this guy's
Gavin.
brain.
What's up,
So
boys?
Gavin, I gotta say, your name first popped up on probably a card clip, and I'm
Yep.
trying to think of what the first one I saw was.
Ooh.
I
want
think
to
it was
say either-
Emily's. Emily's.
No, it was
Nebula,
before.
probably.
It was before that. I
Yeah,
think
Nebula.
he might have teased a V1 of like a first deck that he did a card clip of. And I
It all
was like,
started. It started back in the day. I was part of Madison's Alliance. Had joined up there when he kind of had switched right from E, and a bunch of the folks in the group, like we're becoming buddies and whatever. So I started making a few clips from a job I had. I worked on a laser engraver,
That's really
and figured, hey, I could help some people out, and it kind of. I started pushing the limits of what that machine could do, and the place closed, and I was like, okay, well, I got to get my own now. So, well, it's over here, I guess. But yeah, so now I bought my own laser, and card clips is where I started, and it's making stuff. It doesn't matter what, I just like making stuff.
Yeah.
That's so.
And so
cool.
how's the whole like design process of that gotten for you? Because I know a lot of times like the laser, there's two routes you can take similar for like 3D printing. You can either find files online and adapt them to your machine, or you have to design it yourself. Did you decide to go the whole like CAD route and start designing
I go
things?
both ways. I'll go both ways. What's fantastic in doing card clips is I get to work with all these great designers and producers of cards, and they're the artists. I'm just trying to recreate their work as accurately as possible on a piece of metal.
Nice.
So I've been really fortunate in that I've been able to make some wicked cards from other people's work, but just something that most people can't do. Like you're not going to find other people really doing a lot of this stuff. So it's taking stuff that I learned from work and your everyday job and how to apply it and help out, the community.
That's really cool.
That's so cool. You created a card clip for my deck, which is pretty cool.
I have.
The very first one right here.
Oh, look at that. The prototype.
Love it.
Oh yeah, baby.
Nice.
I got
So
them all.
fun.
And
Yeah,
so,
no,
for,
Go ahead.
go ahead, Steve.
No, all you, buddy.
I was gonna say, so how did you kind of decide that you wanted to move on from card clips to? I know you're doing coins for a little bit, and then you've kind of gotten into this whole idea with rings. What was the transition there?
That was literally my question.
It's there you go. It's just a machine I bought. I got a lathe, and just what you can do with it, and it's just messing around. I have a buddy that we have a shop that we're putting together,
Nice.
and we're working to just make stuff. I just gave the wife some Christmas wooden ornaments and stuff. We were running on the CNC. Usually that'll be running. I'll be turning something on the lathe. And then I come home here and run the laser in the evening. So it's not like I've stopped doing card clips. In fact, I really, really enjoy doing card clips. It's one of my favorites. It's so rewarding to see these things. It's literally like printing on the steel. It's so awesome. And it's a lot of fun, and people, I mean, why wouldn't you use a card clip? I mean, we pay decent money for these decks of cards. And there's a whole lot of cool people out there doing different things with card clips. Kingswild and Ryan Edwards, my buddy Ryan Edwards, the old OG card clip maker. Him and I have teamed up. We're actually working together. He lives in my town here.
That's really
so
cool.
we're kind of working on some stuff and seeing what we can get out. It's card clips is probably where I really want to push. You guys are doing great, promoting anything card related. So hey, I'll throw out, if any Kickstarter fans are out there, you're looking to put something out, hit me up. We can do some card clips. That's the best way to do it. I can't make card clips from, let's say, like Theory 11 or something unless they give me absolute, authority to do so. I cannot afford to get sued here. So, there's a gray area in what I do. So you have to make sure you cover all your bases. You don't want to be stealing anybody's stuff and selling it as your own, or just not without their permission, I guess.
Dude, I find that so respectable. I really appreciate you doing that, because a lot of people don't do that. It's funny because Tyler and I, we'll text each other. Tyler will send me something of someone literally taking someone else's work,
Right.
or I'll text him being like, is this legal? Because Tyler's done, law school. So I always ask.
I know who to talk to then.
I always ask.
I can't give you legal advice because I'm not barred, but I can help you point you in the right direction. So
there we
don't
go.
worry.
It's a moral thing too for me. A lot of people put a lot of time and effort into it, just as much as I do with my stuff. And you got to respect everybody else's work. And in my position, it's more helping somebody in that position out. Hey, your work's awesome. Why don't we try and get it out to some other people in a different format? Personally, I love having a deck of cards with a card clip that fits with it. You know what I mean? There's nothing better, and all these decks that are coming out are just so fantastic. The artwork's killer. And to be able to throw that on like a black card clip and just rock it with some polish, or, a little bit of color I've been playing with and stuff. So, yeah.
That's
So
cool.
is the color like a printing or an overlay on it, or is it something you apply by hand after usually?
I started doing more of a paint fill. I would use
Okay.
an enamel paint, hard to bake it in there, try to have it sit and rest in there and not fall out. Ultimately the end goal is to anodize. So, I mean, we're working on setting something up that we can make these things as resilient as possible. So, no scratching, chipping, flaking, whatever. I want people to be able to take these things and they'll last longer than they will, that's the idea. So
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
it's a process, you work, you build up for me anyways, you build up your machinery and stuff like that. So that's all I'm trying to do. You make some rings, you make some coins, it all just goes into the pot and you buy another machine and you just keep working, you make more stuff.
That's the way to do it, man. Especially because those machines are not inexpensive by any stretch of the imagination. Like,
no, they're not.
No, you're not going out and buying a Glowforge or something that's like a home product.
This thing's
a legit machine.
That's it. It's a metal beast, this thing. It's meant strictly for that kind of stuff. So,
So cool.
And to be quite honest, card clips is an easy thing for it. But for me, it holds this crazy detail. Like I can get down into like probably tighter, smaller sizes than printing can get. Like it's insane. It's crazy. So, I always love a challenge. I did the one playing card deck. And it came out like all of this tiny detail just came right up in it, and it's so awesome, to be able to put that out on something. I love it.
Alex Chin's deck.
Yeah, right. He sent me a deck. I messaged him like, "Yo, can I make a clip from this?" I'd made another one from the year before, and he was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I'm like, "Just send me some pictures or whatever." And then the next thing you know, I got a deck in the mail, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, okay,
that's so cool.
Pretty sure I gotta make this pretty badass now. So
that's Alex for you. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
You know, that's really
fantastic. It was
cool, though.
awesome.
Now there was a big shortage on clips for a while, wasn't there?
That was me.
Oh, really?
That was probably me. I bought TCC out of clips because I went around to all the different stores. That's actually when Emily hit me up because
Right.
she's
Yeah.
like, I think I need 140 some odd clips, and I'm like, holy shit,
Which is
how am I going to get that? You know,
Excuse my
Yeah.
language. Sorry.
no, like it was nuts. She hit. I totally blew my mind. She's such an amazing person. I had a great time working on that with her. Yeah, so thankful. And then TCC, Roy over at TCC hooked me up, kind of calmed me down a little bit. I was panicking about how the hell am I going to get these things and get them done on time. You know, you've got a window because Kickstarter takes a while to make the cards and everything. But I mean,
Yeah.
time was chugging down, and I'm like, oh shit, like I still need to make them. But yeah, no, Roy came through. He was in touch with me, and sent them out as quickly as he could. And then it was just a matter of buckling down and working on 140 clips. Yeah,
That's
it was
That's
pretty
got to
awesome.
be, yeah, that's got to be really, really time consuming too, but in a fun way because again, it's not
Oh,
like
yeah.
you have the automation for each part of the machine. You
Yeah.
just have the machine that does it itself. So you're sitting there by hand, putting a new clip in,
That's it.
taking the old one out.
I'm literally
doing the
sitting
finishing
right
touches.
here, right here, fiddling with a deck of cards, let something burn, you know, change it over, let it go to the next one.
That's
Yeah, but
awesome.
I love it. It's fun, you know, especially the best thing for me is seeing it out in people's hands. You know, you
Yeah.
get the Instagram posts and stuff like that. There's nothing
yeah.
feels better than seeing your work out there and people are raving about it. You know, that's the cool thing. That's a really
I feel
cool
that.
Right? Right. You're killing it, Justin, man. Holy smokes.
Yo, likewise, dude. We got to
Those
collab or
pads.
something.
Ah, those pads. I just saw your one post today with that the design in the silver. Oh
Yeah,
man.
this is something I'm rolling out today. Just put it on the
Right.
website. It's an embossed
Sick.
black.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm actually
Wow.
sending this off to one of my friends who does a lot of tarot card reading. So I'm trying
Oh, there
to
you
That's
go.
really
kind
cool.
of break into that market too with
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
standard products.
Yeah. I think that's the way
That's
to do
dope.
it. I mean, and that's the interesting thing about it. You know, again, like you've all kind of come into an area of a creative space because it's something that's interesting to you and fun. And then you get this idea of like, okay, how do we kind of bring it to the next level? And how do I make this a production ready thing where I can sit there? And even if it's more of like a side hustle than your day-to-day gig, like
Yeah.
how do you make it enjoyable, but also get it out there? And you gotta
That's it.
make those networks and those inroads into other areas. I mean, Gavin, rings, obviously magicians love rings, but everybody
what I-
loves rings. So it's
Well,
like
no,
a
that
great
and
thing.
magicians were why, you know, I think it was
Yeah.
X mainly for the fact that he usually wears a ring in his videos and shit. And I was like, oh man, you know, I would love to make something that somebody would want to wear. So yeah, it's that's coming around too. Like those, I'm pretty proud of those. The last one, I don't know, you guys see that post of that glow ring? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it looks awesome.
Oh.
Yes, dude, that was
Right?
awesome. That
I haven't
was
seen it
awesome.
yet.
Yeah.
I'll have to
No,
check it out.
oh my god, I don't know. Yeah, if you can find it, throw her up.
I'll have to check it
It's
out.
insane. I take an inspiration from all over the place, and I'm gonna try and really keep the magic community tied in somehow. I haven't totally figured it out yet, but
Dude, just
you
do
know,
a
I want-
holographic edition. There's your
yeah,
time.
no shit. Eh?
Maybe you can
Make
do
it
something with a
holographic
reveal
if
for like
it's
a
the
card
community.
on it or something.
It's funny you say that. I've got one in the works.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice. Dude,
Yeah.
I love that creative inspiration though too, because again, it's not only that you're coming up with an idea of something you want to give to people, but it's also saying you want to kind of build out and get inspiration from those people as well, which
Oh,
is just
absolutely.
great. You know, it's a nice little cycle there.
Yeah, I mean, in most of the stuff other than the rings, but the card clips, it's not just really for me to sell. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm sure I could put up a design on a card clip, and a few people might pick them up. But the concept is you're working together with other people in the community, and you're pushing even their product. But it just all the art. It's all about art. It's all about design. It's all about having all this cool stuff that you can together work on and then put out and have everybody just go crazy for it and just keep building and helping, and you know what I mean? It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
you got it.
absolutely. And I think that's a great segue into what Justin is doing here, which I think
Yeah.
Justin, big time commend to you on the reach you've been using to get out your
you.
performance mats here. I think we've seen them popping up everywhere. I mean, every big name magician who is performing and doing things. I mean, I'm seeing them everywhere. It's literally always seeing Justin tagged, and I'm like, oh man, Justin's killing it right now. What got
Hell
you
yeah.
into the idea of wanting to create these mats?
Well, a couple things. Like, for one, it all like I've always been making things. Like, for example, years ago, I took this Kylo Ren helmet, which was pretty crappy. completely redid it. Took like 30 hours on it, repainted and everything, and like that just
Nice.
kind of gave me the bug. I started doing a lot more costuming, and so
Very cool.
this year came around, and like I'm into magic now. I'm like, all right, what can I do that kind of integrates all that? So I thought,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. So I made this Doctor Strange costume, and it all started with the cape because I wanted to do the hardest part first. And this thing is ridiculous. Like it's multiple panels that all come together. I think it's 7 different kinds of fabric on here.
Wow.
But one of the things I was using was this velvet, which I was embossing, which has this nice red color. You can see the little pattern in there as well. And I had some leftovers of that. And then I also had some leftovers of this vinyl from the edging there. So I thought to myself, like, hey, I've always wanted to have, a more compact close-up pad than what I have, which was the TCC, I think the large pad, which is a great pad for the price. If you're looking for something in that price range, I highly recommend it. But for me, like when I am sitting at a table or if I'm sitting down, watching TV or whatever, or if I'm in the car and my wife's driving and I want to, play around with my cards, I want to try to finally get, the riffle fan down, which I still can't do a year on. Cards don't go everywhere. It gives you a nice surface to work with. So I made that first board. I put the picture of it online, hey, check it out. Just hey, look what I made. And then Mr. Misato popped in and he's like, you have to make me one of those. And I'm like, oh shit.
Nice.
Well, now I have to make Mr. Misato one of these. So then it became a process of finding better materials because the velvet I use for that is more of a costume velvet. So I've come to discover that there's different kinds of velvet. There's, different kind of textures to it and everything. Even the way you put it, like it has a nap on it. Like this is my prototype, for example. This one, the nap is left to right, which you don't want because when you're dragging cards along it and you go back like that, it actually kind of pulls in the card more or less. So I made this prototype for myself. I brought it to work with me for a while. I'd, put my elbows on it. I'd really try to like damage it casually as much as I could. And I just found it stood up. I actually would put it in the back of the restaurant where people will walk by to go to the bathroom and just kind of put it over there. I always see people walk by and just kind of look at it, or I'd have my employees like walk up and ask me about it. But I also hate working in restaurants. After 16 years, I finally had enough. Like my last day, I dealt with, we had a server who got $10 on a $200 check. We had people that were offended that their food was not what they were expecting. 2 weeks prior to that, I got called racist against Asians. I am half Asian myself. They were drunk. That day, the sewage was backing up everywhere, and the kitchen was behind about an hour. And as I'm walking out, I'm thinking, oh, man, I'm so glad I'm leaving. But since I'm doing that, I started making these, and I'm like, there's a gap in the market here. Because you have, at least in the US, if you want a custom close-up pad, your options are basically, or if you want a nice close-up pad, you have the Dan and Dave Magic Pad, which is beautiful, beautiful product, nice hardwood and everything, but it's really expensive. You could import from Europe. There's some really nice stuff there as well. But in terms of like domestic things that are, available in the US, and granted I ship everywhere, there's not many options, especially, and I'm the kind of person who doesn't have a big budget for cards. I will probably allot like $40 every paycheck to get a couple decks. And for myself, something like, the D&D Magic Pad or Surface or all that, those things are kind of just way out of my price range. So I wanted to have something to offer to people, to our community, where, if you really like cards, like for example, every day before I leave the house, I look at my wall of decks and I go, what suits me today? What's my mood today? And I'll pick a deck. So like, for example, let's say I'll pick the Happy Sad deck. So now I have a deck or a board that goes along with it too. And I have a nice matching board, and it kind of just completes the whole, the whole mindset of personalization and customization that comes.
I got to get you a clip then. I got to send you a clip.
Hell yeah, dude. We should definitely exchange. We should definitely collaborate.
You tell me what deck you're going to be picking, and I'll make you a clip, and you bring along your board. We'll get you all matching.
Oh my god, I love
nice,
it.
Man. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
See, and this is the fun part about the community too, because again, you have these creative people who come together and they're like, oh man, you feed off of the ideas. You have this idea of like, all right, this is what I'm working on, but this sounds really cool too. How could what I'm doing tie into what they're doing there and amplify both of our projects, which is just such an interesting idea. And I think, that's one of the best parts about a creative community. You know, there's so many people here who love the cards,
Absolutely.
collect the cards, they keep them on a
Yeah.
shelf, but there's also so many people who want to take things to the next level, whether it be turning them into gimmicks or making card stars, which we see from Art of Play, or people like Scott Dyer who builds card castles, or people who then turn them into, you know, other aspects of clips and the accessory side of it, which then turns into rings, or the performance close-up mats and all this. It's really such an interesting kind of journey that I think we all start at one way or the other, coming from Magic, cards, cardistry, and getting into everything else there is there that
Right.
allows you to stretch those creative muscles.
You need to
Absolutely.
get
I was
you
lucky.
need to have Justin make
Right. You realize how much
a
value
puppet-
there
a
is in all
puppet
these
pad.
options.
a close-up puppet pad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
do it in the fake fur. Get one in fake
Yeah,
fur.
do it in the fur, and it could be attached to his hands.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
Just
Actually,
watch my site
I'm
on
gonna
April
be,
1st because I'm going to put up some interesting designs.
There we go. I'm actually going to team up with Diesel Illusions or deck cuts. He sent me over a one of his deck cuts of the Grateful Dead deck by
nice.
Theory 11, and I'm a huge Grateful Dead fan.
Nice.
And
I see the poster in the background.
Right, you know, I've got the Dead display back here. It
Nice.
actually is housing his cut right in the center.
Very cool.
CNC
yeah.
machines and whatever. So I talked with him. I'd send him some stuff for him to send me that. We kind of swapped some things. And we're actually going to be teaming up for releasing a bit bigger, nicer Grateful Dead one-off, I guess, Gavin Card Magic CNC display. And
Thank you so
Kyle's going to
much,
do
John.
Nice.
Kyle's going
Sorry
to
for
do
the interruption, Gavin. Thank you, John. We appreciate it. There you go. This guy makes
Hey,
cool
John.
wax stamps. Wax
Oh yeah,
stamps
John,
too?
that's one of mine. Yeah,
Dude.
you know who? That actually is another thing. I was super stoked. Brad Gabbard hit me up. I actually just
nice.
have something in the mail out for him. He hit me
Nice.
up for a wax stamp. I'm super stoked, and I sent him a little something extra. So I'm hoping to see what he thinks of that.
Dude,
Yeah.
it sounds like you just love working.
Actually,
metal,
Gavin,
man, which
I,
is
Something
I
I
give
was
away
thinking
more
would be
stuff than I
great.
sell.
I love it.
Gavin, I actually was thinking a stamp. I could have put a little VPS down here if we had something
Yes,
like
you
that.
could. Let me think on it. I'll figure something out for you. A little heat.
Dude, I
Word.
Yeah,
love it.
A little
I
heat
love
might
it.
just. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just a little heat. You just heat it up, put it in. That's how I did the
I
cloak.
got you. We'll talk.
That's so cool. Dude, and it's so interesting
Word.
again to see like how that kind of all ties in. So like I didn't even know you were making wax stamps. That's another
Oh yeah.
amazing thing. That's just fun with it. And obviously, like sometimes you see people use the wax stamp on packaging and everything. You know, we've
Yeah.
seen it in the past with some of the mystery decks and whatnot.
Yeah,
Like-
that's what got me in it, right? Like I got a couple of years ago of some Art of Play mystery decks,
Right.
and they
Yeah.
always have that nice wax stamp, and you know, it kind of was getting the wheels turning.
That's
And
so
then
cool.
I think somebody messaged me and made some sort of comment. Maybe it was John. I can't remember who was the first one who was like, "Hey, do you think you could do that?" And I'm like, yeah, probably. I'm
That is
making
so cool.
coins, so I just got to reverse it and inverse it and send it out, and there you go. So.
And now, do you do the whole like attachment to the post and everything
Yeah.
there too?
You know what? I don't. The wax stamps that I do, I actually do them out of bolts. I don't have any here.
Oh, that's
but
really cool.
yeah, it's just a steel bolt, and I turn it down and make it all fancy and cut away the top and engrave the design into it, and then polish everything up so it looks all nice and special, and you can be proud to have it displayed somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah,
Cool.
I love one-offs. You know, like I mean, don't get me wrong. I love doing card clips and long runs. Were awesome, Emily. Thank you. Docs for the what was it? Which deck was that? The tough luck
Luck.
deck. They probably still have some clips
Oh,
over
yeah.
there. If people are looking, those are some badass clips. They turned out really nice. So
That deck was
Yeah.
great.
right. Oh, it's my favorite
That
deck.
was
I think
awesome.
right now it's still my favorite deck. I can't stop loving it. Oh,
Yeah,
love
the
Brad's
intricacy on that one was beautiful.
all right. Oh, so good. Brad's work is just dynamite. I'm really looking forward to Four Clans. Like that's for me that's one that oh come on.
Thank
let's
you
get it.
again, John. John says that photo I sent Gavin shows his stamp in it. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
check it out, man. Definitely
you
gonna
go.
have to check it out.
There you
And
go.
honestly, that's the
Yeah.
one big thing about this too. In the day of social media, you guys all have this outlet where you can show off the awesome work you
Yeah.
do. Mateo, you're
Yeah.
posting videos all the time of moving cards and all that fun
Yeah.
stuff. It's interesting to see, you know, how have you each found social media has amplified what you're doing or even helped inspire more and come across things you never even would have found otherwise?
I know for me, I don't have a website, and I was actually looking in the comments here, and somebody's like, "What's Gavin's website?" And that's why I changed my name to my Instagram account. Because hit me up on Instagram. You know, I'm on Facebook too, Gavin Lowe. But yeah, no, so far I don't have a website. That probably will come maybe 2022. I don't know. I'm
get on it,
people,
Gavin.
So. Right?
I've been using Shopify.
Get on it, man. Literally, it will take you
Shopify's
20
not
minutes
bad.
to set up a website.
Yeah.
And for anyone out there,
I'm so. Go ahead.
I was going to say, we're going to leave Instagram and everything in the descriptions below for all the guests throughout as well. So anyone who's looking to find anyone who's been on the show for social afterwards, we are going to be putting that out there because obviously the purpose of this show is to get all of these amazing people out there so you know who they are, so you can follow them on social media. You can follow the journey. You can watch Mateo make awesome puppets of creepy people like, you know, whoever it's going to be, and we can just have some fun with it.
Nice.
I was so blown away, Mateo. Like I to be honest, I didn't know much about you, and after I found out that I was joining you guys, I took a look at your Instagram, and oh my God, kid, you're gonna kill it. You're only so young. Just wait till you're in my age, and like what you're gonna be doing. Like, oh my God, if you're still into it now.
When you ask him and you're like, oh yeah, how have you sold your puppet? He sells out his puppets every single time he does them.
Yeah,
like literally.
Awesome.
Because he's killing it. Jim Henson's mad he can't make awesome puppets like Mateo over here. I mean, like,
Jim Henson's
they're awesome.
From the grave.
Probably. Jim Henson's really mad because he's dead. But
he was alive.
Mateo's going to open his door. Miss Piggy's going to be there with the cease and desist.
There you go. Oh my God, I love it. Now it's so amazing to see you guys coming together and creating this amazing stuff that, again, brings not only enjoyment but betterment to the community and really allows people to also then follow the path. I think the cool thing about it too is for anyone out there who's curious about how Gavin got into it or Justin got into it or Mateo got into all this, more so than what you're seeing here, drop them a message on Instagram. I mean, they're accessible people who love to chat about this stuff because they love to do it. And the cool thing about it is you guys are now getting to a point where it's like your work is inspiring others to get into this as well. Did you ever even think you'd get to there when you first started doing it?
Oh, no, I feel like I'm still kind of off in my own little world here. I keep flitting around to different things, but I'm not seeing anybody doing the clips, and what I'm doing. So I'm loving that it's, like if you need something that comes to me, I'd gladly help you, and I did notice on Instagram, Perfect Shuffle, I think he goes by Perfect Shuffle. He had bought what he's calling his death ray. He picked up a laser and nice. Most people I think would probably be, oh my God, you got to watch out. Somebody else might be doing some stuff. I messaged him right away. I'm like, that's so awesome that you got that. If I can help you out, let me know. I'm not worried about competition. Let's push each other and do better.
Competition means helping each other.
That's free these days.
Yeah.
What's that, sorry?
Gassing people up is the only gas that's free these days.
There you go.
And honestly, that's what's great about a community is it's not about competition. It's something we were talking to, I think we were actually talking to Kier the other day, and it was kind of something that came up, and we were talking about deck review channels. And he was saying the funniest thing about it is with deck review channels, everyone's out there trying to get free decks, but there's enough free decks to go around. It's not about you being better than someone else's channel. It's about you putting the best effort you can into your channel to make it stand out in the way you want it to and have people come and say, hey, I want my decks to show up on that channel. But just because your decks show up on that channel doesn't mean they're not going to show up on someone else's channel. So it's like that competitive nature, in fact, limits all of us because you spend so much time worrying about what someone else is doing instead of worrying about how you can make what you're doing that much more impactful and that much better.
Yeah, it's about, for me, it's about getting better, just
always.
making better product, making something new and exciting that, you haven't done yet or nobody's seen yet. That's what it's all about for me, pushing myself, helping other people, pushing them to do better. Yeah,
I think like nowadays with social media, I think there's, two ways you can look at it. There's the way that Jackson looks at it, which is kind of the way I think is a good way for me to look at it. Like Jackson doesn't really dive into a bunch of other designers' stuff, right? He does his own thing.
You eating bacon over there?
You eating
Is that bacon? It looks delicious.
It's beef bacon.
Beef jerky.
Ooh. So beef, like
beef bacon.
Okay. What is beef bacon? It sounds delicious.
It's you get bacon.
It's like it's beef belly cut.
It's beef belly that I cured and
it's
cut.
Like extra well done steak.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve. Go
Jackson,
ahead. I
like,
got sidetracked by the beef
Curiosity.
bacon.
Jackson, he doesn't really concentrate on other designers, and I think if you feel that there's competition in your sector, let's say, the best thing to do is to just not follow that person, not look at what they're doing, just focus on what you're doing and what you want to do. You'll be more creative instead of always trying to one up that other person. It's so much more productive for yourself to worry
You end
about
up limiting
yourself.
yourself. You limit yourself in what
Yeah.
you're going to produce because you're only seeing what somebody else has done and how you can somewhat do that. You know, if you can think around that and outside of the box is the best way. You know, just sit there and don't do anything for an evening and just sit there with a notepad and just jot down a bunch of ideas. And then the next day, you know, you go and you try and tackle one or two of them, you know, like, and then if you find something that's working, you focus on that, you know, spend your time on the one, whittle it down, follow it through, make it the best that you can. And until you finally say, okay, I'm done, it's good enough. And I have a hard time with that. I always want something to be that much better. I hate sending things out the door because I always feel like, oh, maybe if I do this or I do that, it could be that much cooler. But at some point you have to be like, okay, you're done with this project. Let's move on. Let's get the next thing going.
Yeah, no, for sure. Should we do another giveaway, Tyler?
Yeah, let's kick this giveaway off here. Yeah, so we are starting up another giveaway. So everyone in the chat, make sure to drop exclamation raffle into the chat. This giveaway is going to be for a $50 gift certificate from marvelousdecks.com. Perfect time to pick up some of the Hummingbird decks. If you have not seen them yet, I see Gavin getting really excited in the background here. So this is going to be a phenomenal.
No, I feel bad for them. I talked with the guys over at Marvelous Decks. Now it just things weren't working out the way I wanted to. But I do have a one-up. It's color changing, actually. Oh, did it go purple?
That is amazing, dude.
Oh my God, right?
Nice.
Now,
again,
I didn't send this out. It looks so dope, but I can't get it to not chip and everything. So this is a one-off. It's mine. It's only mine. I won't send it out.
That is amazing.
Right?
You should send him one, even if it does chip. That way you can.
Him and I are still talking. I definitely need to send him something. Right?
So for everyone out there,
beautiful. Oh,
dude, those good. They really are. And so for anyone who hasn't picked up the Hummingbird decks yet, you have a chance for a $50 gift certificate. So you can go pick yourself up some Hummingbird decks, as well as, what was the other thing in here that I just missed? A half brick of Gingerbread decks from Penguin Magic. So again, Penguin Magic has been dropping some phenomenal decks this year. The new Gingerbread deck is on their Ultra Luxe finish in their in-house printing, which I think they've been doing a phenomenal job with it. The cards handle great. Half Brick is a great worker's supply right there. And honestly, it's a fun deck. So for anyone who hasn't had a chance to check out penguinmagic.com, definitely head over to penguinmagic.com and marvelousdecks.com to check out all of the amazing fun stuff they have in the works, especially because for 2022, they both have a lot of really cool stuff coming up. So make sure to check them out on Instagram as well. Yeah, that's going to be closing in about 10 minutes.
As a little addition, just so you guys know, I just got word that if you go to marvelousdecks.com, you get a 10% discount if you use Merry and Bright.
So leave now. No.
Steve, what's the code for that?
Merry, like Merry, Christmas Merry, like Merry and Bright.
All right, Merry and Bright. I'm dropping it in the chat. 10% off at marvelousdecks.com. Merry and Bright. Yes. Make sure to check that out. So what I'm also going to do, I'm pulling up everyone's Instagrams here. I'm going to drop everyone's Instagram who's on right now into the chat so that everyone can make sure to go follow, because honestly, these are three guys you don't want to miss who have some amazing stuff they're creating for the community. And honestly, I think they're going to continue to have more really inventive and fun design ideas coming up. So Gavin's is in the chat now. Here is Mateo's.
I have a question for each one of you guys.
Justin, here's yours as well.
Justin, about average, how long does it take you if somebody comes to you and they want you to create a pad for them? How long does it take average?
If it's anything that I have already, 24 to 48 hours, depending upon what's going on in my life, basically. For example, Ollie Osfor, we some of the car bros got together and for Christmas got him a pad, and just a little shout out here as well to the infamous Stupid Asshole. He's been a big push for me moving everything too. Kyle as well. We're all friends with another great guy in the community. Sean Friesen too have all been pushing me, but they got together and they so like I said, we were doing a pad for him. So I got this nice mustard yellow,
Oh,
And
cool.
we're gonna
Nice.
pair that up, or we paired that up with a gray on top too, like a nice dark
Nice.
gray.
Nice.
So yeah, and that, I just went down. I have a guy, like a fabric guy, who was like an hour and a half south. So I went and saw him. I picked that up, put that together, and there we go. So if anyone has anything, special colors they're looking for, combinations, then yeah, I can do it within 24, 48 hours.
Nice.
That's dope. What about you,
Oh, yeah.
Gavin? How long, roughly does it take to make some clips?
I usually ask for about a week to get the a first off done. Again, just because this is after hours for me and I have family and all that jazz. But you know what? It's fairly quick. It can be quicker, if need be. But
an actual life.
yeah,
You gotta quit your job like me.
I know, like only make card clips. I'd love that, but for me, it's fairly quick. It's also because I'm taking other people's art. It's kind of how they send it, what format they send it in, how clean I can get the picture originally. Just things like that, because it does take some transfer time. A lot of it's more on the computer, and then getting it over into the laser and getting it everything nice and clean. The burn aspect is 5 minutes, but the layout can take a while.
That's really fast. I'm actually surprised it's that quick.
Oh, dude, I mean, this thing's insane. Like, I mean, in 5 minutes, your clip can be almost done. It's just, it's the free time. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
Mateo, what about you, buddy? If someone wants you to create a puppet of themselves or of someone else, how long does that usually take you?
Well, it depends, because I can get it done in like 2 hours, but like if I want to do something else, like sometimes I have another idea, so I kind of gotta like push the puppet aside and then do so maybe it could take a couple of days if I'm like getting bored, but usually like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah. That's why I have multiple projects on the go usually at once. You kind of flit around a little bit and don't get bored of anything.
Dude, yeah, you got to switch it up. You got to keep yourself excited, right?
That's it.
Dude.
Yep.
Dude, I got to say, I'm impressed not only by the fact that it only takes 5 minutes to laser these things, because I always imagine it being like such a a long process, but the fact that you can knock out a puppet, Mateo, in 2 hours still blows my mind. I'd be Googling how to glue things together for 2 hours before I realized how. Like, that's nuts. Like, that's really cool, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if each of you, and we'll wrap a little bit on this one as well. If each of you could do a one-off piece for one person, any person, alive or dead, who would it be?
He's drawing right above me right now.
There you go, Jackson.
There we go.
Yes,
Yo, Jackson. Do you need a custom clip, my friend? I'll send one over your way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take a custom clip.
There we go. I'll pick from your massive amount of card selection, and I'll see what I can send you.
And
that's the trick question. Which deck do you do it for?
Right?
I can give you super high res images.
Yeah, hey, you send me something, I'll send you something back. I got you.
And he's giving you permission.
That's it. That, you know what, your design right there, that would look, I think, really sick on the front of a card clip. That the one at the bottom of your screen.
Oh, the logo?
There. Yeah, your logo.
Yeah,
I think you put that on the front, polish it up. Oh my god, that would look pretty sick.
I'm game.
All right, I'm on it.
Yeah.
How about you, Mateo? Who would be your dream person to make a puppet and or a gimmick for?
Oh, you're so sweet, Mateo.
I don't really know, man. It's because I don't know. I feel like too many options.
Fair.
Dude, that's good though. You just got to start working through the list then, right?
That's it.
We're gonna see a lot of Mateo puppets out there in the future for all the big players. So I'm excited for that one. How about you, Justin? Who's someone you'd love to make a close-up pad for?
Well, I have this concept of an infinity gauntlet of people I'm putting pads that I want to have in their hands ultimately.
Nice.
The rest of them that I want to add in, I want to get one to Alex Pandrea. I want to get one to Chris Ramsey. I sent a message to Alex Boyer. He hasn't responded. He did respond, but he didn't respond back. If you're here, Alex, hello. I want to give you a pad. But the number one person who I want to get one to is David Copperfield. He was always a huge inspiration for me as a kid. I saw his show live, like the year he started doing the flying and everything. Like I was right down there on the stage. It was such like a life-changing thing for me, and like I would love for him to have one of my pads. Absolutely.
That's
That'd be
cool.
really cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Dude,
Yeah,
I gotta
cool.
say, it's been really fun getting to chat with you guys today and figure out, what got you into this, the creative aspects of it, how you do. And like I said, I'm excited to see where you keep driving with it into the future because I think you guys all have a lot of potential. I think Gavin, obviously, you show a massive passion for the idea of modifying metal, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I love the whole
absolutely.
idea behind it.
Don't modify it.
Yes, yes.
I'll change it. I'll
Lasers
change
and
it around.
fire. There you go. Lasers and
yeah.
fire. It's perfect.
That's
Start
right.
making playing card knives or something like that. It would be sick.
You know,
Justin, I think
it's the playing
Right.
card rings. Somehow I got to figure that out. I'm close.
Dude.
I'm close.
you'll get there. You'll get there. Maybe
Yeah.
a combo of because I've seen you've been throwing wood in the mix with things as well, and the metal idea.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's that that epoxy paper wood. It's a lot of moving parts, but I have no doubt
Yeah.
you'll get it. That
We'll
being
get
said,
it.
Justin, I think you're gonna have a phenomenal journey creating these pads, and I can't wait to see where else you bring that as well, because I think pads is just the beginning, man. It's I can already see the stack behind you. And then Jeffrey Clark just dropped this here. Thank you, Jeffrey, for the support, and I agree with you as well. Mateo
Thank you
is the
so
future of
much.
Magic. Steve, your sound is brutal right now.
It's freezing a
But-
bit.
Is it
He's got to keep awake somehow.
Yeah, it is super robotic and
Yeah, his
choppy.
screen is freezing. He's not falling asleep. So.
Those, it's that California Comcast right now is dying, which is terrible. But Mateo, I couldn't agree with Jeffrey's comment there more. Dude, you have limitless potential. And at the end of the day, it may not be in Magic because you could decide in a year that Magic is not for you. But at the same time, I think whatever you put your mind to, you're going to crush it, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what all of you do for 2022. And for everyone out there who has not followed on Instagram yet, go give them a follow. We will be posting that in the description below as well. I think we mentioned this a while ago, but I'll mention it now because we're coming up to hour 11 here. But we will be splitting this into 6 separate segments of 4 hours each after the live, because YouTube has a limit on processing of 8 hours. So anything beyond 8 hours does not get processed for republication. So Monday, I will be splitting all of these out into 6 different segments. I will be putting the descriptions for everyone who was on that part of the episode down in the description below with links to socials, all that kind of fun stuff. So if you are not already following Gavin, Justin, or Mateo, head on over there now. Drop them a message. Tell them what a great job you think they're doing on all of the fun creations they're making. And if you're curious in getting yourself a custom puppet, some custom card clips, or some custom performance close-up pads, make sure to reach out to these guys. And honestly, I have to say, thank you as a whole for bringing such awesome creation to the community. I think you're doing a great
Thanks for
job.
having me on. I was so stoked to get the invite. You guys are killing it, and I don't know how
Thank
you guys
you.
are still standing right now.
I'm not gonna lie.
They're not
it's
even
hour
halfway.
11.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
It's hour 11 and I'm getting a little sleepy, but I'll get a second wind here soon. I
There you
promise you.
go.
I haven't done. Yeah, sitting is more tiring than doing things somehow.
Yes.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is honestly, we love doing this. It's a fun time. And especially this year, we wanted to make it more so about meeting some of the great new people in the community who are doing this creative aspect with the design competition, with you guys coming on. And I hope that we have a lot of opportunity in the future to continue focusing on the amazing work that so many people are bringing to the community. So thank you again so much, guys. We
Thanks.
really
Thanks
do
for having
appreciate it.
Thanks for
And I
having
hope-
us. Yeah.
Dude, no, our pleasure. Honestly, it's absolutely our pleasure. We really are in awe of the great work you're doing, and please keep it up. So
Good
Thank
luck
you all
with the
so
rest of
much.
your stream.
we're gonna do
Yeah,
our
good
best.
luck.
If you want to see it really fun and cracked out, make sure to tune in at 8 a.m. tomorrow. It'll be a
Yeah, I'm
blast.
gonna set my alarm early. I want to see you too. See where you're at.
It's gonna
My
be
kids
it's
get
gonna
up
be a
at
struggle.
4:30 every morning. I'll be there.
You know, but
Ugh.
I was listening earlier, and you guys were saying you don't drink coffee. I don't know how you're gonna do it.
I drink coffee.
I have not
All
had. Yeah,
right.
Jackson drinks coffee. Steve
There you
drinks tea. I have not had caffeine in about 6 years now. So
Jeez.
yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, good for me, except for today. This is the one day of the year I'm like, maybe I gotta have some, but we'll survive for sure. That's
right.
surely how it's gonna go. But thank you guys so much. Enjoy your evenings, and again, we
Thank
appreciate
you.
you coming on.
Take her easy,
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
You're doing a
Good
great
luck.
job.
Gonna
Thank
do our
you.
best. And while we're waiting for the transition here, we're gonna wrap up this last raffle. So if anyone in the chat has not dropped a ! Raffle into the chat yet, make sure to do so for your chance to win a $50 gift certificate to marvelousdecks.com, as well as a half brick of the Gingerbread playing cards from Penguin Magic. They are now live up there. Just hit that ! Raffle. We're going to be closing out in about 30 seconds here. So any last minute entries, get on it.
Get on it.
Guys, I'm gonna drop
I'm
you
going to
into the
enter right now.
background, and we will see you
Take
all
her
later.
easy.
Yes, don't
Thanks,
forget
boys.
to get your entries in. See you guys.
Peace,
Thank you,
guys.
What do we got here? Raffle. We got a couple coming in. I'm gonna close it up now, and let's see who the winner is.
Win a chicken dinner.
Oh,
Winner,
we got
winner,
a good one
chicken
here.
dinner.
So we have a good one here because the name has just made me chuckle. So let's see, and I'm getting like some lag on it here. And Frank, I just want to say thank you for letting Mateo come on. We had an absolute
Yes,
blast.
thank you,
Amazing
Frank.
kid. He's gonna do some great things no matter what it comes down to. So
Yes.
all right, let's see what we got here. Sir Milk-a-Lot is the winner for this competition here. Sir Milk-a-Lot, congratulations on the $50 gift certificate to Marvelous Decks and the half brick of Gingerbread decks from Penguin Magic. Man, I'm telling you, my mouth is getting tired. That's what it is. But
Sir milks a lot. That's
Sir
dope.
Milk-a-Lot. I saw it. I don't know what it means, but it made me chuckle. So congratulations to Sir Milk-a-Lot out there. We have some fun giveaways coming up each and every hour here, so make sure to keep around.